So, for mothers, as we are um, in this world that is so full of stimuli, it's so big. It has so much to offer. And as a mother, the first thing that you worry about, the first thing you think about is, how is my child going to cope up with all this? The truth is that the child never actually ends up coping up with all of this that is being thrown at the child in this field. We all know that because we have been those children and we have grown up dealing with different dimensions of this reality, layers of this reality. We have been hit by it, we have been hurt by it, and we have learned in so many ways to cope up. Whether some of us learned by opening up more or closing down more or numbing down or freaking out or being crazy or being sane, whatever we did, but we learned to deal with it in our own ways. The wounds are still there, they still make their presence felt, and we've just become better at dealing with them. So, you can never prepare a child to deal with this reality, the craziness of this reality, the insanity of this reality. But what you can do is to activate the 9-dimensional clarity, field of clarity in your child. Now, stay with me if it sounds really technological and something complex, but it's not. Clarity, as we know it in this reality, clarity is not something that just happens, that's an epiphany or that's an awakening, a realization. A lot of spiritual seekers will understand what I'm saying because nobody has this one-time awakening. There is this big jolt of awakening. You awaken from something, and then the awakening over a period of time only deepens. It goes on deepening. So there's no one moment of awakening and the matter is over. That is because clarity keeps happening. It's an ongoing process. It is 9-dimensional. And the whole field of clarity has got all these 9 dimensions in it. Only when you have mastered all these 9 dimensions that you become absolutely clear, and that is absolute clarity. Now, we don't really have to burden ourselves and want to rush for absolute clarity. But what we have to start doing is to initiate ourselves into this 9-dimensional clarity, field of clarity. And as a mother myself, this is what I have been doing with my son. I have been introducing him to various dimensions of clarity, various levels. And a lot of people who interact with him find him quite sorted. I'm not saying that he's absolutely sorted, and I have no guarantees where the kid is going when puberty hits him. But there is an ease. There is an ease, not in his everyday life where he's dealing with different things being thrown at him, but there is an inner ease. And I so want to share this with mothers. I so want to share it. I'm so eager. I have been doing it already, but I'm more than ever eager to share this. The reason is that when I conceived my son, like so many conscious mothers, my greatest worry was, what am I bringing my son into? What is this world? What is this world going to offer to my son? And all the deceit and lies and illusions and corruption, violence, it really scared me. And like it happens with most awakened and conscious mothers, we begin to design a world for our child. We begin to change what is our child engaging with, what is our child going to interact with, right from food to clothing to people to emotions to schooling to education to thoughts that are going to be implanted and the thoughts that should not be implanted, the habits, everything goes for an overhauling. I began that too. And in this process, I realized that you can make a difference to your child. Clarity is something that is more needed than courage, at this point of time, because courage comes when you face danger and you are about to die or you are about to be annihilated. Courage just steps up. You are courageous and you do things. Most people do. That's why we have a fight or flight response already implanted in us. But clarity is not something that available that easily. In this reality, you struggle for it. So the one gift that you can give to your child is the 9-dimensional clarity. Of course, you have to initiate yourself in it first and then gift it to your child. You can't prepare your child with money and education and just values. I don't think that that's going to do the thing. All of us know that when we grew up and when we face the world, it's not the schooling or the degrees or the literature or the money or not having the money or the emotions that actually made us get through. It is the clarity that we got with every experience that we had over a period of time, whether those experiences happened in our relationships or they happened in our work, business, money, wherever, spirituality, people, heart, anywhere. Those experiences and the clarity that they caused, or consequently the ambiguity that they caused, has been either the reason of our suffering or also the reason of our freedom. So 9-dimensional clarity for kids, this is what I'm rooting for, and this is where I invite mothers, I invite children, but more importantly mothers, who should initiate themselves into this clarity first, and then at some point initiate their children into it as well.
You were born with a direct connection to a timeless, unconditional clarity within you. When you're connected to it fully, you don't need any babysitters and agents for your consciousness. You're absolutely clear in life. Becoming the nuclear woman is to learn how to live a naturally ecstatic life. The kind of life that is built on self-trust. It's built on truth and it's built on courage. It gives you the ability to see through the fog. It gives you the power to outdo redundant paradigms and look at your own ecstatic life.